It's okay, it takes time.
Welcome back to Strong, everybody. I'm so excited to bring another amazing guest to our episode. Today, we meet with Rania, who's currently based in Egypt. She was living in Dubai, but has decided to return to her home country just a couple of years ago. Welcome to Strong, Rania.
Welcome, Maria. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. I'm so excited to have you here. It's been a few years. How long has it been now? Two years?
2 years, almost 2 years, yeah.
Almost 2 years since we
Yeah.
last saw each other here
Yeah.
in Dubai. Life must have changed radically for you since you've gone from living here to living back in your home country.
Yeah.
What's it like for you currently during this pandemic?
Okay. Actually, what I'm doing now, when I moved 2 years ago, um, I had two options: to work in education or to continue in life coach and writing and stuff. So I decided to work as a life coach and to be a freelancer and to see how it's going to be. Especially the culture here, it's completely different than the Dubai culture. So it was like a big discover to me. It takes a year to know the people and what's going on, and even the daily basis, the system of life is completely different in here in Egypt.
And
uh, but now,
those are one of the challenges that the youth are going to face as well. So I'm really happy that you mentioned that transition from
yes.
where you were to going back to your home country. What would you say has been your moments of challenge in that process? So you mentioned that the culture is very, very different and it took you a year to
Mhm.
adapt to that new culture. What would you
Yeah,
say has been the biggest challenge in this transition time?
it's the people. It's oh, the people, actually. It's not like Dubai is very luxury and it's amazing and it's new and it's a clean and it's a systematic. This is not gonna see in a big countries as Egypt or Jordan or whatever. But the people was the big challenge, actually, because you are talking in a different topics, you are thinking different ways, and this was a big challenge, and it takes long time from me to select people who's going to be around me. Even like all good friends, they were just, some of them, they were like just they like me or they want me just for a summer. We go, I came to in the summer for 1 month, we go for have fun, then I go. So the next 11 months I'm not on the map. So no, the people, actually, this was a big challenge. And after a year, I can say now I started to deal with different types of people.
And what did you do to make it through those times? That must have been really hard going from, I know your life here in Dubai, as many people, is surrounded by colleagues and friends and social gatherings. You had your parents here as well. What did you do in that time to take care of yourself and also not to let the challenge bring you down?
Yeah, actually, this is was really, I spent a lot of hard time alone. I don't want to go out from my house. I don't want to even take any calls or anything, because I found that it's really different. And as you said, there is a system in Dubai. Here there is no system. It's like, or it was a new for me. Like. The people, for example, they don't respect, I'm sorry for that, but they don't respect the time. They don't, or they are really in a rush all the time. They are not organized. They don't have, when they said something and suddenly it's a change. And my mind was not set for for this style of life. So what I did, honestly, I spent time alone. With the reading books, meditate, and just to be calm. I don't want anything to make me down. Focus of what I have to do, especially with my children. Then I decide I'm going to be very selective and I will going to set my rules. If they're gonna respect it, that's fine. If they don't, so I don't need, it takes time, but on the end, I had my small circle, but it takes me a really, really long time, and to be settled and to be, strong enough to go and and face this all issues, because maybe you really like this person or that one, but it's you cannot deal with it, with the way, they are treating you or dealing with the stuff happening during the day.
Rania, I know that you didn't move back on your own. So, on top of the pressures of trying to find a new job or
Mm.
start your career back in what was your home country, but not a country that you were born and raised in. It was more of a country, would you say, that you would travel to for holidays,
Yes.
and was never really a country. I think you went to university back in your home country, but it was never really a country that you would pretty much call home. And
Yeah.
now going back to this new life,
Mhm.
but with your children as well, there must have been that added pressure of encouraging them to go through the challenges that you were also facing, but they
Mhm.
were facing as well. Would you say that was also challenging for you?
It was a big challenge actually, and the things is they were it was the same for them. They would just came for the holiday and spend few weeks and back to Dubai. So they were really on the beginning missing Dubai, missing their friends. But what I try to tell them, it's if you want to be strong, if you want to be challenged, you have to face a different things. You have to live in a different places. You can even, when you grow up and tell your kids that I born in Dubai, for example, I lived there, I finished my primary schools there, then I went to my home country, then I moved to another. So I tried with them and to do this. One of them was easy, and the other one was not, that he was really very attached to his friends. Then after that, a few months, then the pandemic came, and every I told them, see, things it's changed. Sometimes it's not with the what we want, but it's happened. So we were busy with what's going on the for the COVID, and or everyone is at home. So even if you are in Dubai, you will not going to see your friends, or do that and this. But it was a challenge on the beginning, and what they decide, and together we were like try to copy our life in Dubai, a bit here, so few things that they used to do it, we did it here, and they were happy with it. So this was like the best way I found it. We tried, to have the similar life, but it's, to be honest, this is in the house. When we go out, they know that they're going to see that or that. So it was hard for them in the beginning, but it's okay now. But it was still, for one of them, it's really challenged, and he always said, I want to be back to Dubai. Even his friend in Dubai said, I'm going to move from Dubai to go to another place. I told him, see, this is happens all the time.
Yeah, it is.
But
And
it's just, it's a new experience. This is what I was focused on.
those new experiences are what make us grow, don't they? Would you say that this has definitely been a life lesson for you in ways that over 2 years ago you could not have even prepared yourself for?
um, I can say like it's if I'm back 2 years ago, I will maybe stay more in Dubai. But on the end, I was not wants to carry on my whole life in Dubai, because I saw my parents and my friend of my parents, and I said no, I don't want to be. I love Dubai; it's amazing. It's like my home, but still, I want to be. I want to know my home country. I want to know this culture, which is I just saw it on the movies, or which is I didn't feel it or have it. Sometimes it shocked me in a real life, to be honest. But still, I found an experience, and it's teach me a lot of things, which is really push me to be uh, more wise in many cases and things I faced it in the life.
Talk to us about your life as a single mother. I know that you got divorced in 2012,
Mm.
and that must have been another moment in your life where things changed radically. How did you prepare yourself for that? And what's life been like for you as a single mother?
Very challenged. You need to be really have a strong personality if you want to if you decide to take this decision. If you want to be a single mom for one child or three or 10, because if you are not, this is will be a disaster. When I took this decision, actually, I was 31 years old. I have three kids, different ages, and I took this because I said I want to raise these kids in a good atmosphere, and I want to be good as well, and I want to be positive as much as I can. So was hard decision, wasn't easy life, as you know, and uh, you need to be yourself. This is what I learned after more than 8 years now. You need to work on yourself. You need to stay positive. You need to be happy as much as you can, sorry. And you don't give everything to your kids, like, and you are like a candle, it's going to burn for, no, this is not going to work. All these stories, this is all wrong. If you are not happy, if you are not stable, if you are not strong, if you are not even in a good relationship with a partner or with a different people around you, you will not be a good mother. You will not be positive to your kids. You will not be able to face the different problems and things happen. And support is very important on this stage. Support from work, from friends, from parents, from whatever. It's really important to have a right support people around you. This is will really help. But still, what is the main things? You need to be a strong woman to take this decision, because after a while, and when you face a lot of problem, you will be destroyed totally if you not going to be able to be responsible for this decision, which is
Oh,
the main word. Sorry, Maria, for it in my life, it's responsibility. This is, it's the main things. I think if there is a responsibility for anything, there will be no any problems.
what would you say has been the most challenging part of being a single mother?
Um, you have to stay all the time strong, and that's nothing has happened and everything will be okay, and you are not. You sometimes it's end on the day you are crying alone in your bed, and you don't want to show this, and it's a pressure that's, and you want to go and woke up next day smiling and in a good condition to go to work, because you have to bring money. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's like the main things is the when you are in deeply inside, you are trying to show something different or hide something. It's you don't really feel it. You know.
Can you remember being married and having your children? Do you remember those times?
Yeah.
Can you compare sharing that responsibility with your husband and
Mhm.
how you felt during that time, and then recapturing a moment being a single mother and capturing a moment where it was so challenging? And how would you say they were different for you, as because you were a mother in both situations, but
Mhm.
how would you say that that difference shaped who you are today?
Okay, actually, the things when I got married, me and him were both very young, and which I don't recommend it at all, in my opinion. Okay, in any relationship, I believe that both need to grow together. You know, we don't judge each other, but we grow together. So I think on some stage, I grow, and the other will stay on the same, maybe thinking, or not like on the same level as what I expect. uh, Plus the pressure of having kids on this age as well. So I like on that age you are having a idea that this is will be the how it's gonna be the relationship, how it's gonna be the mom, the dad, and how it's gonna be the family time and whatever. So this has not happened, and I was like busy with the kids, with the work and whatever, and on the same time things are moving on the other side, it's not. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something. So I tried. So maybe there's something. I tried. Then no, this is, the speed was really different. So to be honest, as I said again, responsibility. Like once I got my first daughter, I had the responsibility. I was the youngest child in the family. But my mom and dad was like treat me as a queen. I was a little girl and came after many years, and so. But when I have the situations, no, it's different now. I am responsible of, and all my life my thinking, and it's completely changed. So and from day one, to be honest, Mary, I was really responsible, like let's say 90%. The things is happens, to be honest, with the other side, with a partner on that time. He was good on in some situations, but it's still like the focus responsibility was on me. So I didn't feel, and this is what's also something guide me to the decision of divorce, that I will not lose like a big hand or something. For financial, yes, for sure, but I mean for responsibility and controlling the kids and the house was all mine, so this is, but not all the cases. I know it's the same, but in my case, this is something pushed me honestly to take the decision.
Rania, I think there's a real stigma still attached to being divorced, particularly here in the Middle East. Would you
Mm.
say that that stigma was one of the challenges that you faced in your circle of friends and family?
Yes, to be honest, whatever we said that we are open-minded, and it's happened and we see the cases. But yes, I prefer to be away from a bit of my relatives and my family, not close family. I mean the big family. And I told very clear, I don't want anyone to speak with me or to the kids about it. I was really clear to do this, but it was challenge, yeah, because still, still for that day, like when okay, you are divorced, okay, okay, you're living alone, so it's an issue, yeah. We cannot hide this, even in Dubai, which is a really really open mind country, really, with the different nationalities, but still all the Middle East, and even I don't know, like when you, I think all over the world, like when the people know that you are divorced, I don't know, they have a reaction. I don't know why, they, it's a different, but they have a reaction, okay. Oh, you divorced. Ah, okay. Do you have kids? Okay. Okay. They live with you or with you? Yeah, they have always a reaction. Yeah, it's not things. Other side, like some women really supported and loved it, and uh, like to see what happened, and how you can do this, manage that. So but they still an issue, and still like are they are looking, are you wearing a ring or not, You know, the people. And in Egypt, it's I know, like, I met really different types of women, and they are suffered, and they are still saying that they are married because they don't want anyone to do anything bad to them or thinking bad of them. And I'm talking about a level and a standard of people, not low. I'm talking about doctors and in a very good positions. And I told her, like, why you are wearing this ring now? And she said, no, I don't want anyone to think anything bad of me. So I was like, you know, so
Yeah.
it's in a different levels here. The woman, some women, they're really scared to say that they were divorced, or they are living alone, or they don't want others to know that their kids, they don't have a dad. So it's a big, lots of things here of women's. Actually, it's really make me sad in Egypt, like in the, you know, in the environments here. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
So many things that I want to ask you, Rania. So many things. We talked about, you know, your transition from living in the UAE
Yeah.
to going back to your home country. We talked
Mhm.
about what it felt like to be a single mother. We talked about the stigma around divorce.
Mm.
Let's go into your relationships with your children, because I think that is definitely an area that parents all over the world are struggling with. And I know that in the work that I do, both, you know, in my work helping the youth with their career education, but also on this strong journey with interviewing people in different parts of the world, one of the challenges that I see parents facing is communication with their children. And unfortunately, it's one of those things that, again, we're not talking about. And I see in these conversations that on the outside, many, many families are putting on a mask of everything's fine. You know, my kids are great and my relationship with my children are fine. And then you kind of look
Mm.
on the inside and realize there's some real struggles with communication. And I think it's so important that as parents, not only do we share those happy memories on social media, but that we help parents normalize some of the challenges they face. So you have 3 children in
Mm.
various age groups. What's
Mm.
it like for you to be not only a parent, but also, you know, a single mom who is trying to keep that line of communication open with her 3 children and also stay connected on a level that will ensure that they feel your support, but also that you know that you're doing the best that you can as a mom?
Yeah. Actually, Maria, this is like, if you asked me for any challenge, there is no challenge than your relation with your sorry, with your kids, because especially now when I grow more, I felt this is how it's important. You know, maybe on the beginning, sorry, you want to settle everything and you want the life, education, house, you know, and you don't take care of the relationship. But now it's really important. I will tell you something. I decide something and I'm not sure it was right or wrong. I decide to be very honest with them, very open with them. In some stage now, I knew that it was not completely right, you know. But this is on that time. I said, I cannot hide stuff, so I will be honest with them, especially with a big daughter. So I was honest, and this is going to be the case, for example. And we need to be more closer to each other. We need, you know, and all what you said, it's just, you know, equal for me. One thing, it's a time. How many times you spent with your kids? Actual time, you know, not doing something or going out. No, time talking to them, see how they are thinking, what they are facing, what they are feeling. This is what I tried always to do it. Sometimes I really did it very well, sometimes no. because we how is the single working mom, busy and tired, and but I tried my best, honestly, to have time with them. Sometimes they appreciate it, and sometimes they said, no, you didn't give us enough time, or this was not clear, for example. But I think I'm a type of woman, because I'm talkative as well. So even when they were young, they didn't even start to talk. I was always try to talk with them, because so I'm not quiet at home. So we always talking, we always thinking, we always planning, we always fighting. It's time and time and time, Maria. You need, any parents, even they are divorced or not, they need to spend actual time with their kids, know what's going on, closer, not to judge, not to monitor, not to to be a boss. No, spend time with them as a friends, as like. And this was the best thing, I think. Make the communication with the three kids uh, good till now.
What's
Time
it
and time.
what's it like to have a teenage daughter who's coming closer to adulthood?
It's hard. It's hard, especially with this generation. Honestly, with a difference. Uh, Difference between the ideas, and dealing with a different situations. um, Again, if they already like hit the 14, 15 years old, you need to be as a friend with them. Like, you don't have another solution. Like, they are not the transition. The parents sometimes they think still you are still a child. No, this is, they have to understand. And actually, learning to be a coach, and this has helped me a lot, especially on this with my big daughter. Like, on that time, like, you will not going to be as a mom and a small daughter. No, you have to try to became more closer to her age of thinking. And especially if you are not sitting at home doing nothing, no, you know what's going on, and what's on the word, and what's the girls thinking, and how is the life going. But it's really hard, and I'm still saying, sorry, dealing with the boys is much easier with the dealing with the daughters and girls.
I find that really interesting because I have both as well, and
Yeah.
I did have a 21-year-old daughter, and I found that the greatest challenge for me was
Mm.
in remembering that what I know and what I believe may be very different to what she knew and what she believed. And I think sometimes as well, as much as we try to be open and as much as we try to communicate,
Yeah.
I think it's just part of the passage of growing up that you believe your parents don't know enough, or that you believe your parents uh, can't understand what you're going through. And there's that constant,
Hmm.
wall that kind of comes up. Would you say that you also recognize this in your relationship with your teenage daughter? That no matter what you've experienced, no matter who comes to you for support, just sometimes just because your mom means that the
Yeah.
wall will come up and she just won't be as receptive to what you're saying.
Yeah, totally. You are right and agree. Yes, exactly. You
How do
are
you
a
get
mom.
past that?
You
How do
don't
you
know.
how do you get past that? How do you get past that you're a mom? Because I see this a lot, and I do. I have a 15-year-old daughter right now, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, sometimes I say to her, like, oh my goodness, if you were to describe me to the outside world, I would be the most unskilled human person. And yet I have many people asking me for support, and I do well.
Exactly.
But as a mom,
Yeah.
I seem to get it all wrong all the time.
Mm,
And she says, you need to listen to me. And I think, I wonder
mm,
sometimes if it's just because I'm the mom that I
yeah,
can't win. And
mm,
sometimes there is that challenge. And when I speak to other mothers about
mm,
this, I hear a lot of different opinions. They're kind of informal theories, we would say. And these opinions are all so different. And it's so easy to fall into the trap of, oh, I didn't do that,
Yeah.
I should do this, or I'm not getting it right, I'm getting it wrong. But we both know, being a mom, there's no manual, there's no
Mhm.
handbook. You have three children. All three of them have different characters, different personalities. They respond to you different. So there's no one size fits all. What would you say
Mm.
is your definite mom tip, that tip that you want to offer every other mother when you are
Yeah.
faced with that difficult conversation with your teenage daughter?
Actually, first accepting any response, because as you said, you will hear different response from the this age of kids. Okay, you need to accept it. You don't need to be mad because sometimes they will try to push you, to see your limit. So you need to accepting whatever, to be calm as much as you can. Okay, and you give like what I did actually, and sometimes with some of my clients as well. Like, I'm trying to help, and I'm trying to talk or to give not advices. It's just some things happens maybe to me, some experience. You want to take it, you can take it. If you don't want, it's up to you. But it's at least you need to listen. So sometimes, like when I start to do this, the respond, did anyone ask you that I need a therapist? I don't want this type of questions, and I was not. I was just asking normal question, but in their mind, that there is something wrong. So you need to accept what they're gonna respond, and sometimes you need to make the things a bit funny. You don't need to be, strict all the time or hard or harsh. This is will not gonna help. And as I told you, I'm just like I'm talking to my friends. If you want to take it, what I'm saying or my opinion, you can. If you don't want, it's fine. Some kids, they don't like one-to-one talk. Sometimes they prefer to on texting. It's a personality, or they don't want to face stuff. It's a difference for different reasons. So even on this way, you can, try with your daughter or your son, like to text, for example, something you want to give an opinion on a good way. So like, this is what accepting what they're gonna respond, because it's not easy to take them, to listen to your advices and your lovely experience. What we're going to do with your experience? We are in 2020 or 2021, thank you for that. Yani, like, same as my son, when he saw me watch a movie, an old movie. Mommy, are you okay? I we really like this movie to watch it. I said, yes, I loved it. What's wrong with you? And I try to give it on other way, like, you are watching blah 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 on Netflix, whatever. I don't like to watch it, but see how you are happy, and you found it. It's an amazing show. It's the same. We are all different, and we have different opinions. I took it in this way, but I didn't learn on the beginning to accept. I was always, on against, and I want the things to be done as I know, and I learned you need to accept the situation. You need to accept what their opinion and respect it, and play around it. No, but not to say no, 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 no. This is, you shouldn't do this, or you cannot do this. It's not gonna work at all. And they need to feel that you are really accepting this. You are not trying to do something which is not real.
I completely agree. And I think as well, another tip that I might offer moms is, you need to have fun moms around you.
Exactly.
The ones that are not going to kind of make it perfect and make you feel
Mhm.
imperfect. And I
Yeah.
think bringing humor to motherhood is really important as well. So I
Mhm.
know that whenever I have challenges with my children, I always think this
Mhm.
is going to make a great story when I go out with the girls. Like, this is going to be what we're all chuckling and giggling about. And I think bringing in that humor
Yeah.
is important, especially when we are constantly on. When you have children, you're always on. You like you said, you have to be strong. You have to
Yeah.
be wise. You have to be
Mhm.
calm.
Yeah.
It's like, what's harder than having a boss at work is having a teenage child who's constantly looking for reasons why you don't get them or you don't understand them. And I think sometimes mothers really forget themselves in that. Would you say that you see this as well sometimes in your life, that you forget Rania because you're constantly taking care of children and trying to build your career as well?
Yeah, for many years, honestly, to be honest. Then you have that woke up ring, and you want to do everything on time. There is no time, Yes, and it's another advice as well. You never ever. You don't need to focus 100% of yourself for sure and leave the others, but at least make it 50-50, 60-40. That you are focused, because you will not, any single mom really, to get a decision, they have something strong in their personality, I believe. Okay, so you are responsible because you took this decision, so you will never ever let your kids down, or anything's happening on other side down, but you will make yourself down if you didn't take care of yourself. You
That's
know
so
what I'm
true.
talking about,
Yeah, that's so true.
so this is, you have to keep yourself powerful, supportive with the different things, looking good as much as you can, even for yourself and your kids. By the way, they will remember. Yeah, you look young, you look good. You are not looks like, wearing different things and running around on the house crazy. They will remember. And sometimes now when I spoke to them, they mention stuff, they still remember. It's stayed in their memories, and it's important. So you do this for yourself, and on other way for them as well.
Of
So
course.
this is something very important.
Rania, I know why I wanted you to be with us today. Why did you want to share your story with the whole world?
Actually, the main things is to support women, because I found that when the woman is really strong and positive, all the things around became good. Even if she's alone, even if she's having kids or not. Uh, I always love to see women feeling positive and strong. And strong here, I'm not talking about their body to be strong. I'm talking about deeply inside to be strong, be able to face anything, and work with it, because this is life. We are not on a heaven. The things will not goes all the time on like on the way we wanted. So if you are strong and positive from deeply inside, you will be able to face anything happens to you, or happen to you, or is going to happen to you in the future.
Thank you so much, Rania. And that brings us to the end of another incredible conversation. Today we spoke with Rania, who's based out in Egypt, and we talked about all things motherhood, transitioning from a country to another country, and just really what it's like to be Rania today. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next week when we bring another amazing guest to Strong.
Hide what you feel inside. There's always someone there.